Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the steps here of choosing professors that work for you. Now some students say that the whole trick to college, if you could say that, is just choosing the right professors, because you have the option of which professor you would like to choose, and then choosing those professors can make it really easy for you to get out of academic probation next semester, next quarter, right away. And so that's what we're going to do here. But also, you want to also make sure you're fitting them into your long-term goals here. So if you really want classes that stretch your mind, that expand your horizon, that build your skills, especially for an eventual profession or career, that you want to make sure you have a balance there, that it's not all what people call easy professors, but they're professors who will give you the information you need and help you move forward. With that said, we're going to focus on number one here. Step one is asking yourself, who is your ideal professor? If you had to choose a professor now, what would their ideal characteristics be? And then this will help guide you for the next steps here. Step two, you're going to go ahead and for the semester coming up or the quarter coming up, or even now if you can still change classes, switch classes, write down the names of professors that are available for those classes. So especially requirements, write down the names of the professors. You could see this in your schedule. And usually you'll have maybe 2 or 3 options as far as a professor is concerned. And so now what you can do is step 3 is, now that you have the names of these professors, you can go ahead and check the search engines. You could put their name in there directly, and you could see if there's praise or if there's, let's say, not so positive comments about a professor online just by searching their name. You could also search for rate your teacher, rate your professor, and then put in your college and then search the professor there. And you'll find many students who are happy to share what their experience was like. And you can balance out, just like when you're rating, should I go see a movie or not, you can see how students have rated a professor and see, okay, is this a professor I want to take or not? Then you could also ask, number 4 here, step 4, ask other students. So especially in your major, you want to ask other students, you're a little bit ahead of me here, which professor should I take, or which professor should I avoid, right? So you could have a list of teachers or professors that will help you forward, will help motivate you, will help inspire you to continue in the major. And you could also avoid those nightmarish professors who stomp on students' dreams, who make the whole experience just so difficult for students that they just don't want to go back. Or they just break their motivation, just totally demotivate them, deflate them, and make college a nightmarish experience for them. So you could avoid those professors. You have that option to do so. It does take a little homework, right, like what we're going over here in these steps. But doing so is the difference between you getting out of academic probation or getting deeper and even kicked out of the college you're in. So definitely you want to take the time to do this. Also, it will pretty much pace forward the rest of your semester. So if you've chosen the right professors right in the beginning, that your semester will either be smooth sailing or rough waters. You don't know exactly what you're going to get unless you do some research, you do some homework, and you choose the right professors for you. Which leads to step 5, how high of a priority is getting this professor? So you found the right professor, and say if you have a class that you have to take, it's a required class, and you have the choice between 2 professors, and you know that there's one professor who is one of these devil-like professors who just enjoys the power trip of being a professor to crush students. While there's another professor there who's okay, versus the 2, again, with your goal of getting out of academic probation, you may want to just rearrange your whole schedule so you can get the okay professor versus the professor who will drag you down even further, who will make you maybe even want to quit college altogether. So stack everything in your favor now and get that professor that works for you and get out of academic probation.